smells good, doesn't it?
It smells great.
That looks great. So we have the okra, the onion, a little curry, a little coriander, some garlic, some sea salt, cracked black pepper, a little red pepper. You can use cayenne pepper. You can even throw a bay leaf in here if you want, but I'm not going to. Because I don't get the whole bay leaf thing, because I don't understand the flavor of bay leaf. I just know it's a traditional way to cook with it. My noodles are coming along there for my macaroni and cheese. You don't want to overdo them or they're mushy. You want to sort it al dente, because again, this is twice to cook. And let me see if it's al dente. That's pretty good. We're just mixing in our stock, and it was frozen, so I had to wait for the pot to get hot again and bring it to boil. And then we just bring this back to boil, and then we'll cover and cut the fire all the way back to a simmer. And we have about another 30 minutes of cooking, or at least 25 minutes of cooking, so all the flavors can meld together. Well, we have our sweet potatoes cooling outside, and our macaroni noodles are ready, so I'm about ready to drain those. I'm going to saute some vegetables and start on my stuffing. But we have to grate some cheese for the macaroni.
Oh, okay. What kind of cheese are we using for the macaroni?
That's a very good question. What kind of cheese we're using? My mother has always taught me to use sharp cheddar and medium cheddar, or a mild cheddar.
Sounds
great. This one, I really hope you're going to like this, because I've been wanting to do something different with my macaroni and cheese instead of just macaroni and cheese. You know, I'm going to whip some eggs and that sort of thing like that with mustard, but I'm going to saute some vegetables and season the noodles and everything to really make a great macaroni and cheese. I'm going to saute some vegetables. Now, before your noodles stick together, I had this all rinsed and ready to go. You strain your noodles, you put them in your pan. This is a Pyrex I'm using. I'm going to toss my butter in it now. I don't want my noodles to stick together, so this is a good time to use your butter. And you don't have to use butter, use olive oil. If you don't want to do dairy, use olive oil. But I'm going to melt the butter, and I'm going to salt it at this time. My pasta, for flavor, sea salt, which has all the minerals. It's good for you. It's not like that other salt that they say is bad for you, which is. Salt adds flavor, man, and it's nothing to a bland noodle.
Salt and pepper are the greatest spices on earth.
I
mean,
agree.
You could add all these other wonderful things, but without, you can have 50 spices, and without salt, food, it just brings out the natural taste in food. It's just, it's God's gift.
Also adding a little granulated garlic in my noodles. So I want to season my noodles before I add all the other stuff to it. Okay, I use 2 teaspoons. So I really want this to have great flavor. You could use 1 teaspoon. If you want people to slide out the chair and moan and their eyes roll back up in their head in such ecstasy, then I would suggest to use 2 teaspoons. Remember I said bring this to a boil and then allow it to simmer. I'm going to cut my flame down now. It's to the boil. Now the slow cooking of love and patience and time has to take place. Cook those beans, you know, when you bring it back to a boil, cook them again for about 45 minutes to an hour. Check the consistency of the bean by taking one of them out, let it cool, and squeeze it, or just pop it in your mouth and taste it. And if it's tender, it's ready to go. I'm going to saute these shallots and these onions. I'm going to also saute a little green pepper And this is for my macaroni and cheese. Because I wanted it to be different. And adding vegetables to just starch and dairy, I thought would be not only a wise thing, but it would be a great culinary move. I'm going to put some parsley in here.
Yeah, pretty good cheese
basil
grater,
in
actually.
here.
It looks very colorful, like confetti. It's very good. So that's coriander.
You know, actually, I didn't use cilantro. Coriander is the other word for it. Coriander leaves or cilantro. I used parsley.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't want to have a, too way out exotic flavor. I just can't help myself. I just get so exotic. But
now,
exotic is a good thing.
Now, I haven't had black eyed peas with tomatoes in them before.
And okra. Have you ever had them with okra?
Oh, yeah. I grew up with okra in them, but not tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks great.
Looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, you gotta
So
make
you gotta make
good.
rice.
I'm gonna make some rice.
You gotta have rice.
But can you get the, can you get the sweet potatoes off the steps in the back?
Okay.
Can you peel
Yeah.
the skins off the potatoes?
And look at how great that looks with all the sugar
All
coming
that sugar.
out. And
Sweet, delicious.
yummy.
Yeah, I'll give you a smaller knife.
Okay, these might make it in the pan. Yeah, look at the sugar, how it's caramelized, and it's all natural. Nothing added to this.
Nothing. So we can cube these. I think I want to
they
whip
smell
these.
good.
I want to mash them.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's mash them. And I was
With lots of butter.
We're going to stir our black eyed peas. I'm keeping my eye on these now. I try to chop up the tomato in there a little.
Yeah.
Let's see. Still hard. Not quite. It's getting there. It's medium. I'm going to cover this and continue cooking, and I'm going to reduce the heat even further because they're coming to a rumble of a boil. Then I'll let you know my secrets, my kicked up black eyed peas. Macaroni and cheese. And you just mix that in there. Kind of toss them around. Let the flavors of that olive oil freshen it up. As you can see, as the macaroni cools, it tends to want to coagulate, come together, stick together. My nutmeg, she was telling you about, have the whole seed. And this is a really cool thing, but you have this on your cheese grater, so if you don't have one, but if not, if you like to pick one of these up, these are great for grating hard seeds to make it powdered form. So you're grating it, and this nutmeg is so fragrant. Now, I'm going to beat a couple eggs with some milk. I'm going to beat 3 eggs. It's because for my macaroni and cheese to make it custardy. 3 eggs. These are cage-free eggs.
If you think about it,
it will not work unless you use cage-free eggs. I'm going to beat them like they're not my best friend. So whip your eggs and whip them good. And whip them. I use a 1/2 cup, or you could use a 1/3 cup. Right now, I'm only using a 1/3 of a cup. By the time I get finished, I know me, it's going to be a 1/2 cup. I'm using 1/2 and 1/2. You could use whole milk. And just pour this over your macaroni. Noodles. See, the noodles have cooled down, so I don't want to cook the egg. So, this is the platter she gave me about 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, you know, I think that was one of my flea market finds.
Was it?
I think
it's
so.
It's a beautiful find.
Yeah.
It's a nice nice. And I can't find myself ever giving it away because it was a gift from you.
Oh, hey, this masher is the bomb.
Isn't
I'm
it?
gonna have to
That masher is at least 34, 35 years old. Family heirloom.
Look at how beautiful that color is. All golden and orange. It's beautiful. Nothing has been added to these potatoes. This is not a camera trick.
They're that beautiful.
Just the natural goodness. So add the pineapple now, Lisha.
Look at this. I feel like Sissy cream cheese.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Do I drain the pineapple or dump it in?
I dump in about a third of a cup of that.
Okay, so a third of it?
A third. 350 degrees to 400, depends on how hot your oven can get. You will bake that for about 25 minutes. That looks great.
Doesn't that look great?
God, that looks great. Okay, now add the flavoring. We're going
Which is?
Have to.
Cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. Where's my nutmeg over here?
And grate that fresh nutmeg in here.
You want to grate? Grate a little. You want a bigger one? I'll get you a bigger one. I have a whole one. I'm gonna get some of this.
God, that smells good.
Doesn't it smell great? Cinnamon. I have fresh cinnamon. I don't feel like grating the bark stuff. I'm gonna use a teaspoon of cinnamon, quarter of a teaspoon, or just a couple shakes of clove. I'm going to use, because it's already sweet, just a little cane sugar. Evaporated, non-bleached, unbleached cane sugar.
Now, I know we putting butter in here.
Girl, that's what I got this right here for. We can stay off the beef and chicken and pork. But the butter, the cow gives us. She gives us her milk. From her milk, we make buttermilk, and we make butter and yogurt. And she gives this freely. Without us having to bash over her head. Take it to a slaughterhouse. We can have the milk.
Yeah, that's getting another little caramel-y color to it.
Right, and then I'm going to transfer that into a smaller pan, and we can just heat that on top of the stove. And
all right.
That's a smaller pan there.
A workout.
Getting a good workout, girl?
Yeah.
We'll just heat that up and take.
Okay.
Oh my God. You're like Hercules.
This is the cooking and fitness show combined.
Right.
1, 2, 3, and switch.
Body. She got the great body girl. We mashed up the yams and we added some crushed pineapples, cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg to it, and a little sugar. I'm going to reheat that a little later. Getting to the most important thing is we got to get the stuffing started, so before it gets too late. I heated some olive oil in this cast iron pan, and I have some chopped celery. I'm sauteing my celery. I'm going to add some green peppers to that, and I'm going to put some onion in there.
Now, you want this whole onion, or
I want that whole onion chopped. You want to chop no onions. She will chop anything in here, including me, but she didn't want to chop an onion. For fear that her mascara would run.
This is correct. This is correct.
I'm going to saute.
I want to become Miss Scarlet. Let's see.
Onion, shallot. Saute these.
Chopped or sliced?
Chopped. Okay. I'm going to heat some water for my stuffing. I'm using cornbread stuffing.